Okay, just a second. I will set my headphones. Okay, hello guys, I am audible. Hello Neha, hello Vidhi.
Yes, yes.
Hmm. Okay, so let's start today's session. So today's topic, next topic is data types in Java. Okay, so today's topic is data type and variables. So first I will share my screen. Sorry, not the notepad, notepad plus plus. Okay, so I will make a class. First, I will give you some brief introduction about the data types. Like in Java, data types specify the type of data that a variable can hold. In Java, static type language, which means every variable must be declared with a data type before it is used. Okay, this ensures that the program is type safe and prevents errors at runtime. Okay, like some Java provides two main types categorized of data type. Like, wait a minute. Okay, so Java provides two type data type, premier and primitive and non-primitive data type. Okay, so these are the most basic types and prepared by Java. Okay, these are most basic and prepared by the Java, including byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, and character. Okay, and non-primitive data types such as string, array, classes. Okay, so non-primitive means like there are the user-defined data type such as classes, interfaces. Okay, like primitive data types. The first In Java, data types specify the type of data that a user can hold. Well, hold Java is statically typed language. Okay, which means every variable must declare with a data type before it used. Primitive data type are simple and store a single value. There are eight primitive, there are some eight primitive data type in Java. Okay, like some these types of byte store all number, okay, and short like int, long, float, double, character, boolean. Okay, boolean store to true or false. And character store some character letter or ASCII values. Like non-primitive data type means non-primitive data types are more complex and store multiple values or reference example. Okay, so non-primitive means like string a sequence of character like example hello Java, hello world, these types. Okay, and like arrays, a collection of an element of the some data type. Example int number okay, and next is classes, user defined type that encapsulate data and methods interfaces were abstract types of achieving multiple inheritance in Java. Okay, so why are data types important? So they are memory efficiency. Okay, data types important for the memory efficiency. So helps allocates memory accurately based on the type of data. Okay, so and prevent assigning invalid data to a variable. Like example, for the example, storing a string in an integer variable. Like it is also used for the data validation. It means okay, and it's also provide a good code readability. Like makes the code easier to understand by clearly specifying the kind of a data a variable holds. Okay, so like let's do some practical. Okay, public class data type. Okay, declare a main method. Okay, so there is the primitive type. Okay, like byte b equal to 10. Like next is like age. Okay, just like my age is 13. And then next is the float price. Okay, so there is the price. Like double means the value of pi. The value of pi is I think 3.14159. Yeah, that's the exact value of pi. And the next is the character. Grade. Just like we the student get the grade in exam like A. Okay, the next is the Boolean type. Like is Java fun equal to true. Okay. So print them. System dot out dot println. Okay. Print here the values. Next is price. Okay, so next is the pi. Okay, so our program is like ready and execute it using command prompt. Okay, first set the path. I save it on. I think I save it on the wrong path. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, then open AMD CD desktop. Okay, CD Java C dot Java. Okay, so here we make a mistake. Java C. Okay, so we get an error here. Like data type example.java error cannot find symbol double. Okay, I make the spelling mistake and double. Okay, then save and recompile the program. Okay, now our program is good. Then okay, so here we execute our program. Okay, so our output is good, is our acceptation. Okay, so here we get the values of byte, int, floating point, double character. Okay, Boolean with Java. Okay, then I will I will change the some values. Okay, and after the changing and save the program, I will re-execute the program. First, I will compile the program and then I will execute the program. Okay, like this. Okay, so the next is the non-primitive data type in Java. Okay, so non-primitive data type like string, yeah. Non-primitive data types. Okay, here we successfully compiled our program, and here we execute our program. Okay, but message hello Java. If we get the message, okay, hello Java, it's in not well formatted. Okay, so we also print the non-primitive data types. Okay, so some key points of primitive like data types for the remember, like primitive data types store value directly. Okay, like so primitive data type store the value directly, while non-primitive types store references to object. Okay, like non-primitive data types store references to object used to appropriate data type based on the size and type of data you want to store. Like Java automatically converts similar data type to longer ones. Like example int to long. Okay, but explicit casting is need for the reverse. Okay, so like non-primitive data types are called reference type because they refer to object. Okay, the main difference between primitive and non-primitive data types are okay. So primitive types in Java are predefined and built into a language, while non-primitive types are created by the programmer. Okay, created by words. Like non-primitive types can be used to call methods to perform creation operation, whereas primitive types cannot. And primitive types start with a lowercase letter like int. Okay, so this the lowercase letter, while non-primitive types starts with an upper letter like string. Okay, we also use here, like here we use the upper cases and here we use the lowercase letters. Okay, in the string we use uppercase letter. So there is the typecasting. Okay, so the typecasting is some important topic. Like the typecasting is when you assign a value of one primitive data type to another. So in Java there are two types of casting. Winding casting, like normally converting a similar types to a larger type size, like byte, short, char, int, long, float. Okay, so mm, typecasting means like changing data types to ones to next. Okay, like so we have a data type that's the type of double. Here we manually convert it on integer. Okay, like this. And then here, okay, first we have an variable has with double type. Okay, that's value is 9.78. Okay, and here we convert it on the integer, double to integer. That's called the types casting, double to int. Okay, and here we print the value of double, which is 9.78. Okay, but here we print the int value, so double to int. So that's only 9. The integer contains non-pointing value, non-floating value. Okay. So then it remove the 7 and 8. And remove 7 and 8. That's the typecasting. Okay, so the next topic is the variable in Java. Okay. So a variable in Java is a container that holds data during the execution of program. Variable is assigned a data type which determine what kind of data can it store. Okay. So like think of a variable as an labeled box in memory where you can store and retrieve data. Okay. So Java variables are container for storing data values. In Java, there are different types of variables, for example, like string, int, float, character, boolean. Okay, string store text, like values are surrounded by double quotes. Okay, and store some integers, whole numbers without decimals, such as 1, 2, 3. Okay, like floating stores floating point numbers with data decimals, such as like this. Okay, and store single characters such as grade A, B. Char- Care values are surrounded by single quotes. Okay, and next the boolean stored value with two states, true or false. Okay, so next is to create a variable, assign it a value. Okay, so this is the syntax of declaring a variable. Okay, first you specify the type of variable like int, character, float, etc. And next the variable name and next the value. Okay, here you assign the type, like specify the type of data the variable will hold, like int and string. And here you the variable name, the name of variable should be meaningful and follow named. So and there is the value. Okay, the initial to the like variable. Okay, where type is one of Java types, like such as int or string, and variable name is the name of the variable, such as x name, or a equal sign is used to assign values to the variable. Okay, so to create a variable that should store text, look at the following example. Like here, the name John storing in the this is the data type, this is the variable name, and that's the value. Okay. Here only assign the value. Okay, so otherwise let's to make a program for this. Okay, so first we talk about some variables types, like a type of variable. Java has three types of variable based on where and how they are used. Okay, like Java. Okay, here don't mention that the variable types. So first is the local variable. Okay, local variables declared inside a method. constructor or block. They are local to the block and cannot be accessed outside of it. Okay, must be initialized before used and not accessible outside the block where they are declared. Okay, so it means variable declared inside a method, inside a function, any constructor, and any block of code where they are not accessible outside the block of where they are declared. Okay, so like it means the variable first I will make a then you better understand. Okay, always save the file with the .java extension. First compile the program. Okay, a variable is declared inside the main method and you can only be used within this method. Okay, you cannot use the as in outside the main method and access it. Okay, so it's a local variable. Okay, now like next is the instance variable. Like variable declared inside a class but outside any method, constructor or block, they are instance specific, meaning each object of the class has its own copy of the variables. Okay, like initialize to default value if not explicit initialize. And scope is the entire class but exists through objects. Okay, instance variable exists outside the class by using the objects. Like it's look like this. First, I will make a variable in outside the main method. Okay, like string string name. Okay, so we will have a instance variable which is type of string. Okay, here I initialize, but first I will must declare a object of the class. Okay, so first create the object by using the class name obj equal to new. Okay, object creating through the class name. Okay, then access the name variable like obj dot name equal to name like John. Okay, and my name is obj dot name. Okay, like save it and Java C dot Java. First compile and then execute. Okay. Okay, so we don't have any errors. That's good. Then execute it. So the output is my name is John and the age is 13. Okay. First we declare a instance variable outside the main method. Okay. And then initialize to default value if not explicit initialize here. And the scope in the entire class but exist through object. Okay, I exist it through object and there is not the local variable. Okay, this is the instance variable. Okay, the variable name is tied to object obj dot each object can be have its own value for name. Okay, so the next is the static variable. Okay, like variables declare with the static keyword inside a class. They are shared across all instances of the class. Like some characteristics of the static variable is memory is allocated only once during the class loading. Okay, can be accessed directly using the class name without creating an object. Okay, the static variable can be accessed directly using the class name without creating an object. Okay, so I will also make a program for this. Like, okay, first I declare it local variable, local variable. Okay, and this is the instance variable, and next is the static variable. Okay, like a static variable using with the static keyword. String always in double quotes, like my company name is Tech Corp. Okay, Tech Corporate. Like using the class name dot company. Okay, then execute it. It get an error. Okay, because I make the mistake here. Mm, that cannot find symbol system dot my company name. Okay, so I made some mistakes. Uh, I made some silly mistakes in programs. Yeah, because the variable C is capital, not it. Okay, so now the perfect Java. Okay, so my company name is Tekor. Okay, great. We are doing well. Then okay, here In the like instance variable, here we declare an instance variable. Okay, so here we initialize the value. Okay, assigning a variable, and here we printing the variable. So like I will tell you some naming rules for the variables. Like variables names must start with a letter. Okay, like A or N, etc. Cannot use Java reserved keyword as variable name, like int and class. Okay, we cannot use Java reserved keywords as variable name. Like variable names are case sensitive, like age and age are different. Okay, like this age and this age is different. Okay, like like this company and this company is different. Okay, variable names are case sensitive, so use camel case conversation for variable names. Okay, like okay, so in today's session we covered some topics like for the variables and data type. In the next session we covered some topic for the SQL and operators in Java and control statements. Okay, in next session we covered the some topics for the SQL. Okay, there we know about the some SQLs and writing some SQL queries, create a database. Yes, and for this we using the SQL Server management for the creating database and making some queries. You also use a lightweight some IDE for using the SQL queries. Okay, so the SQL Server Management Studio is some heavy software. You can also use a lightweight application for this. Okay, here I have some DBs. So otherwise wait. Okay, in the next session we will learn about the SQL and learn about the operators in Java, and also covered some topics of control statements like looping, if else, nested ifs, nested loops. Okay, then we covered some advanced topic of Java like exception handlings, etc. And after that we go on MongoDB, okay, go on some Spring Boots. Okay, so like today's session is end. So Neha and Vidhi, goodbye and thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.